Outfielders Payton Harden and Julian Gonzales here. They were both just named to the preseason Southern Conference teams. If you guys want to just talk about that and what that means to you coming into the season.
I'll start it. It means a lot to me, just, with a lot of work that, we put in as a team and just, myself, a lot of hours spent trying to just be the best that I can. So, it's nice to just kind of have that kind of recognition, but, I'm still, working to be as best as I can be. And it's just more motivation to keep getting better, I think.
Yeah, no, like Gonzo said, it's just an honor and a blessing just to be named like preseason. And we just look to not be complacent with it, but it kind of does put a chip on our shoulder and to continue to go harder each and every day. And whenever the end of the season comes, to be back on that list and be better on that list.
And there's two dudes who have been around the program for a while. How do you feel about the team this season? What's the vibe? How's the chemistry? What do you guys think?
Well, honestly, I feel like it won't be the same team as it has been because, we've had the Raz, the Dickey, the Fizz. But at the same time, it's a new group of guys with a little bit of old guys, and it's a great vibe. The new guys, they've came in, they've soaked in everything that we've talked about or the goal, and they just want to be better just like us. And everybody has a goal, and we know what the goal is, and we plan on executing it.
Yeah, I agree. We definitely all click together, and just as long as Pete's been here, I've been here. He's like my little brother, but I think it was definitely hard losing some people, but we're all doing a great job so far clicking together. And recently we actually got our locker room back, so just that in itself, we're kind of having time where we can have locker room fun, that type of stuff, and just finding different ways to just continue to be closer.
Open up for questions. Yeah.
Good. You guys have been through a lot. What was it like to actually have a fall that was normal or relatively normal?
It was quick. It was a blur kind of, but it was fun, getting to do the drill work, being around a team, getting to know each other, getting to play with each other. It was cool. It was pretty cool, and it was pretty different because, last year having 3 weeks together, it was a complete difference. It felt like this was actually like a real fall. Like we clicked together in the fall. Like we became a team in the fall, and it was just fun.
Yeah, I think from a team standpoint, it was just good to kind of have some consistency. I think it was hard, in the years past, just with stuff going on with the hurricanes and COVID. Our schedules were hard, and it's tough on us, even as students too. Just having a schedule that was just always changing. So it was nice to kind of have consistency and to just, like you said, have some drill work and just work on the fundamentals and stuff like that.
You talked a little bit about playing with the chip on your shoulder in your past. Now that you kind of do have a normal fall and kind of have some veterans back, what are you kind of drawing on as motivation for this season?
For me, it's not anything different. I feel like for what we've gone through, if anything, that stuff is just kind of changed our perspective a little bit. And, we just don't take stuff for granted as much anymore, just with how much stuff we lost. And we're big on just staying in the moment and staying present. And I think that whenever we focus on that, that's when we're at our best, and that's what we're going to focus on.
Yeah, definitely. Like Gonzo said, we all just we know that and like anything can be taken at any point in time, so you can't take anything for granted. So motivation is being with the boys, having been here, winning 2 championships, but that's not the goal anymore. Like we know what it takes to get there, and we know what it takes to go above and beyond, and we plan on doing that, and we plan on being better than last year.
Both of you guys kind of rising up into the upperclassmen ranks, and you kind of have the departure of Raspberry, who's kind of a leader in the outfield now. Talk a little bit about both of y'all stepping into a little bit more leadership roles coming into the season.
Yeah, I think, he definitely was, a huge leader, and he helped us with that stuff. But I think, we were fortunate enough to always be around him. And, we always talk about culture, that word is always thrown around, and they definitely, kept that going. And I think the fact that we've spent so much time with him and, all the other guys that were leaders that were on the team, we kind of we're just trying to continue that culture. And, we see the way they did it and how they handled things. And we're just trying to continue that and just keep that going.
What about the fact that you guys are now 2-time defending champs? So everybody knows about you. But what did the run last year especially mean to you guys? And what did you learn from it? Because you guys were able to flip a switch at the end of the year.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's baseball. You're going to win some games, you're going to lose some games. But at one point in time, you got to realize and come together as a team and be like, all right, man, We've been doing this since August. Let's finish it out. So I mean, the flip switch, it was just a group of guys. We came together. We're like, you know what? Last year's last year. Let's try and be better this year. And that's what we did. And I mean, coming up short in the regional, that always hurts, but it builds a fire inside you for the next year.
Yeah, I think last year was just really important to kind of understand, or taken from what happened last year. It's important to understand that, we should always be confident no matter what we're ranked or anything like that, or how our season starts. We went into the tournament, we weren't necessarily a high seed, but if we know what we're capable of, and it's just a matter of just coming together and doing what we're supposed to do. And when we do that, we've seen how that works out. We can be great, and we'll continue to do that.
Obviously, you lose a lot of firepower. You don't have a lot of known firepower. So what are your guys' role has to be? Do you have to change it some on the field, or do you expect that?
I feel like our role on the field doesn't change. We may have lost some guys, but we've also reloaded. And the thing with that is, I feel like we're faster than ever now. It may not be the same game where we play the long ball game, but we're going to run, and we're going to run, and we're going to run some more. And we got ball hawks all in the outfield, speed up and down the lineup. It's going to be a fun year.
Yeah, I agree with what he said. I think, definitely it was hard losing some guys that, would just stand in the box and just hit. And that's just how they played. And I don't think that makes us change our role losing them. I think if anything, we're able to access different tools in our bags that we've always had, but maybe didn't show up as much, having those guys. But now we'll kind of, use different ways of playing the game to execute what we need to.
That style of play obviously putting pressure on opponents in different ways, doing more so manufacturing runs, putting guys on. Does it help being that you guys are older, having to be that? And I know obviously having the experience to come through and hit clutch doubles like you guys have really been mashing the two guys that you guys lose there last year in the middle of the lineup. Being older now, knowing and being a little bit more mature, settling for maybe that one run because of you manufactured with stills and running, does it help being that you are older with that type of role? Because sometimes it's a little harder to be okay with one run here when you feel like, man, we could have had a bigger inning.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think as players, we've matured where we can kind of see the game in that aspect. And as an offense, we're just trying to be relentless and just, apply constant pressure all the time. So, I think that, we're excited about this way of playing, and that we'll always be able to, make opponents think about different things that we can do, because we can still hit the ball hard. Don't get that wrong. We can still, drive the ball out of the park and stuff like that. It's just a matter of now we have more tools in our bag that we can use.
And so too, for you, I know your first year was 2018, right?
Yes, sir.
So that was right off the conference championship regular season, where you guys kind of had that 2-year run, and then so you've seen both ends of it, where you guys finished with a losing record that played better the next year, the 2 back-to-back. Has that given you any kind of perspective heading into a year where you guys are losing a big core of guys once again?
Yeah, I think there definitely has been a perspective change, but like I said earlier, I think the biggest thing is just understanding that it really doesn't matter how your season goes. It's just a matter of, can we be hot at the right time, and can we do what we're supposed to do when we're supposed to do it, and stuff like that. And so I think that just gives us confidence, and that just kind of helps our perspective overall.
And after facing guys like Cam and Ty all off season, how excited are you guys and ready to face another team?
So excited, facing your own guys, it's fun. You get to fight your brothers, but there's nothing like playing somebody else. When you and your brothers, you come together and you're on a mission, and that's to win.
Yeah, I agree. I think, I've heard of people that are, able to be in that mode against their own teammates. I can't do that. I feel like whenever I face them, it's hard. Like, I want to do well off them, obviously, but at the end of the day, I shake their hand, I go back in the locker room with them, and it's like, I love them, they're my best friends. But I think it's exciting to finally have a team where, you really want to do damage, and you're not really worried about other stuff that comes with it. It's just kind of puts you in a different mode. So that's what I'm excited for.
What about playing somebody like Stony Brook, that's a mid-major like yourself, but able to make some national noise a few years ago, beating LSU?
I think it's fun. It's exciting. I don't really know much about the team, to be honest, but I basically have the same outlook on them as I do any other team that we're going to play. And like I said, we're just focused on us really, and how we can be the best that we can be.